first episode of the Lil Sis Podcast. I am very excited that you're all here with me, watching and joining in on this one-on-one. I am absolutely nervous, but this is going to be a fun journey, and bear with me with all the kinks, all my mess-ups. It's all part of the process, and hopefully in a couple more episodes, I'll be a little bit better at this, but let's get into it. So I'm your host, Marissa Fuentes, and this is the Lil Sis Podcast. Do you like my setup? It took a while. Thanks, Dad. I kind of want to, stay on track today. I don't want to keep this episode that long. I just want to give you guys a little intro and an explanation as to where Lil Sis came to be. And we'll get into a couple things today. One, the goals that I am setting for myself within this journey on the podcast, within the year and upcoming years. And then we'll talk about my experience with 75 Hard and kind of what I learned through that, and hopefully give you guys a few pointers if you ever want to try it. So let's do it. So today we're going to first touch base on the origin of the Lil Sis Podcast. Obviously, I have experienced being an actual little sister in my life, but this is not for people who are actually little sisters. I want it to emphasize the little sis energy that honestly we all have in us. The little sister energy is about someone who knows what trial and error is in their life and the ability to just try again. Being someone that goes to people to get advice, to be heard, listened to, understood, even take on other people's experiences to try to learn something. But at the end of the day, always putting our spin on it. That is definitely something I grew up with, as well as just noticing it's a part of a day-to-day life. Even my girlfriends who are their older sisters or don't even have any siblings. It's just about being at a part in your life, not all the time, but sometimes, where you're always just looking for that community to go into your best friend's room, talk it up, find resolutions about maybe the same thing you've talked about 1,000 times. At the end of the day, just feel related to. I think we all do that when we go on social media, TikTok, Instagram, whatever the case may be, even YouTube. And just trying to listen to someone on the other side, to hear their experiences and see if there's any type of ability to relate to that story. Lord knows I go on a lot of stuff to just find a similar voice to mine. A huge goal of mine for this podcast is to emphasize that women need community. I would love to bridge the gap between women being judged and women also being the one that does the judging, and lessen that a little bit. Make you guys realize that we really are on our own journey. Our lessons are our own unique lessons. And my favorite saying, especially when I see my girlfriends going through it, sometimes myself, I'm like, we're all on our own journey. Those are her lessons to be learned. I'm so excited for her. Because you know what? Inevitably, we come out of it stronger, better, having learned something. Another goal of mine is for you to experience with me on this journey of lessening my self-judgment. I think we all have that voice in us where we can be a little hard on ourselves. I especially am very, very critical of myself. I hope this little hobby of mine is gonna really show me through the episodes and through the seasons of how I get more vulnerable. I get more easy on myself. Just love the part of learning. It's easier said than done. So don't think I have it all figured out. I also want to showcase some fruitful energy. What I mean by fruitful energy is energy that you can take from this and it just bears sweet fruit. Like, it makes you feel good, it makes me feel good. That transfers to my day-to-day life with all my opportunities that I'm faced with and all my external relationships that I get to have. Hopefully that just creates like a big abundance. We'll keep each other accountable. This is definitely the space to let you know your experiences matter. My experiences matter, and above all, we ourselves matter in this crazy world. Just have fun with it. You are gonna see a very real side of me. I'm ready to open myself up, and guys, I'm not perfect, but I do have a lot of fun. So we're gonna have fun together. So let's talk about the goals I listed for myself. A big one is setting discipline. Wanting discipline became a goal for me before 2025 happened, ruminating in my mind for a while. The months leading up to the new year, I definitely was mentally going through it. I felt partially having no direction. I mean, I had my day-to-day routine of things I needed to get done, but yeah, no direction a little bit. Feeling like I wasn't showing up for myself and I was putting myself last. The new year, I knew I wanted to do something that would prove to myself a little bit, build trust with myself that I do have discipline, I have the ability to show up and to follow through. So discipline and following through with what I say I'm going to do is a huge one for me. Guys, the Lil Sis podcast was in the talks for like 2 years and it's finally here. So check following through. 2 years. Like, I was on my own timeline. I gave myself a lot of patience, which I am very proud of myself. Doing a project like this, just as a side hobby, isn't the easiest to get rolling out. It really means a lot that this is finally happening, and all the people that got to support me up to this moment. With that, another goal of mine is being consistent with my non-negotiables, even with people in your life. Showing up, following through with what you're going to say. Inevitably, this is all going to be part of pouring into myself, building trust with myself. In a following episode, I'm probably going to touch base on my journey with therapy. I've been recently starting. Building trust with myself has been a huge theme within that. I think that all gets built up if we just pour into ourselves, and that can be have this blocked off because I paint my nails at that time, oil my scalp at that time. I make sure I journal at that time. Those little things that become your non-negotiable is pouring into yourself, prioritizing your well-being. If that's starting from ground zero, start from ground zero. Block out the noise, block out distractions, and do what you got to do to lock in for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you only have you. Just because I'm out here posting the good doesn't mean I have, bad days as well. But when I want to have the good days, I can inevitably just not post. That's okay. You can have a good day for yourself and you can follow through with what you're going to say, you're going to do, and no one even needs to know. And that is strength. All in all, I think this all goes into building discipline, especially as women. This builds long-term confidence. And I'm excited for this to show up in myself. My circle. You guys are a part of my circle now. Having discipline as a woman makes you magnetic. There's an energy that just comes out of you. People want that in their lives. People want to feel inspired. If you have discipline, it's inspiring. Whatever that may be in your life, if it's going to the gym all the time, if it's eating good, if it's following through with the hobby that you're doing, that is discipline. That is magnetic. Show people that showing up for yourself means I'll probably show up for you too. When you lock in for yourself, get good with your action habit, you learn to fertilize your ideas. We all have ideas, but we fail to write them down and start fertilizing them. Start doing small steps to get to that end goal of seeing it come to life. We all have an idea and be like, yeah, in the future at that age, then I'll finally be able to do that. And then I realized the time is now. Why are we saying, oh, this age is when I can finally do that? Right now is the time to start getting towards that idea, making it a reality. I could have pushed off this podcast even longer, and it's like eventually, maybe when my life is a little bit more put together, it's just tomorrow's not promised, babe. If you have a dream, go and get it. I'll support you. Let's do it. Small steps. It's the same as running. I'm training for a half marathon right now. When I'm going up a hill, or just in general, when I'm running and I'm getting real tired, I'm a little annoyed that I don't see an end to the road yet. I will just run looking down at my feet and just step by step, just get inspired by one step going in front of the other. And you realize it really is just that one little step. Slowly gets put together. And then when it does, it's a breath of fresh air. This book that I read during 75 Hard, Magic of Thinking Big, it was one of my favorites. I will definitely read again, and I recommend, if you're watching, to get the book. So the Magic of Thinking Big mentioned getting the action habit and not being passive with your life. This year, I'm definitely practicing the action habit. If it's in my mind, I'm doing it. We gotta go. see you later, I'm on my way. It's all part of locking in for yourself. So kind of ask yourself, what way can you get that action habit started? Just choose a path, babe. It's going to work out. With all of that, being intentional, you become noticeable. With being intentional, being aware of what you're doing, why you're doing it. Being intentional when you walk in a room. I'm walking in this room. I'm going to be filled with light. I'm going to meet somebody. You become noticeable. Inevitably, you become desired as well. And I think we all want to be desired. So that can be desired within a job, desired from a person. The list can go on with that one. Let's all practice being intentional so we can be noticeable and desired in our life. Again, this all takes time and patience. Be patient with yourself. Your timeline is your timeline, and you're not on anyone else's clock but your own. I implore all of you to write maybe 3 goals you might have for yourself. And if you already did this at the start of the year, find the piece of paper, read it again, remind yourself what your intentions are for this year. Get clear on that and do something today that will get you a step closer to fertilizing that idea. I began 75 hard day 1, January 1st. I'm a cold turkey type of girl. And let me tell you, babe, it's challenging. But the challenge isn't to create unsustainable routine, right? There's standards set. Like I said, put your spin on it. Do what makes you feel comfortable, what gets you to prioritize your health, because this goal is for that. It's not to just, oh, I'm doing this 75 days, I can post it on social media so I can get some praise and I was miserable the whole time. Like, no, it's to kickstart prioritizing your health, yourself, learning some structure, establishing some hard boundaries for yourself, being able to learn how to say no because you got to get up for your first workout in the morning. The list for 75 hard goes as follows. The list says drink a gallon of water a day, take a progress picture a day, read 10 pages of a self-help book, 2 workouts a day, 1 outside, a 45-minute workout, doing weightlifting or cardio or whatever. Follow a nutrition plan. And no alcohol. No alcohol, babes. Lime with water. I had so much fun going out with lime and water, realizing I actually had some fun energy just naturally. When you have a routine like this, you began to accept structure as a necessity. Getting clear on who and what can take up your time. I didn't really have that as a standard in my mind on the day-to-day. Learning to be flexible with myself. It was kind of unfortunate for some people that started the 75 hard challenge and kind of gave up because they, broke one rule. You do 75 hard, be easy on yourself. If you break a rule, continue with it, babe. Just keep going. Pick it up where you left off. Remember, this goal is not for other people. The goal for you is to show yourself you're capable of prioritizing yourself and your health and learning the lessons you need to learn through this challenge. A little insight on kind of what my workouts were. So because I started training for a half marathon, the outside workouts were kind of easy. I was just going on 5K runs during the week. And Saturdays doing the long distance runs. Other workouts, I switched it up. I can get bored easily. And I need to switch up my routine, especially with working out. Like Soul Studio, Moxie, I would love to go to a class like Cycle. I'm in love with Cycle right now. And with my water, I would always prioritize getting 3 liters, fused my water with tea bags or lemon and salt, just so that my body could absorb it a little bit better. Now that I'm on my fitness journey, trying to take creatine, I don't know. But it kind of broke me out. So if any of you guys have had the experience of drinking creatine and it breaks you out, let me know because I'm a very sensitive gal. Any little thing sets me off. I don't know why. That is really all I have for you guys today. Let me know if you have any more questions about 75 hard. If you want to come on to this podcast, let me know. And especially, let me know any questions you kind of want answered. If you have an idea that you would want to see me talk about, I would love to hear it, especially in the comments. And I'll close it off with this. I want to start a little bit of a trend with my episodes, recommending here and there some music that captivates the energy and theme of each episode. So, Cleo Soul, Her Light. First of all, we all love Cleo Soul, but Her Light is such a good song. Her lyrics are just so mesmerizing, and I think this is a really good song to kick off the first episode of the Little Sis podcast. Read the book Magic of Thinking Big. I think it will change your guys' day-to-day lives on how you show up in this world. And until next time, little sisters, bye!